Orioles and the Yankees at Camden Yards. CC Sabathia with a 2-0 lead. Bottom three facing Nolan Reimold. Whoops! A little miscommunication between Brian McCann and Mark Teixeira. Sure enough, on the next pitch, Reimold a game-tying 2-run shot. We're even at 2. Matt Wieters leads off the bottom of the 4th inning, but he is robbed in right center by the rookie Mason Williams. What a grab! Mason comes up aces, but in the bottom of the 5th inning, no one's getting to this one. Manny Machado launches a tie-breaking 2-run shot for 2 birds, but top 6, a milestone moment for Alex Rodriguez. Game-tying 2-run blast. We're even at 4. With that blast, A-Rod joins Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth as the only players ever to reach the 2,000 RBI plateau. But the celebration short-lived for the Yanks. Bottom 6, J.J. Hardy. A tie-breaking Gritty single off Chris Martin, 5-4 birds. Later in the inning, Machado's big night continues. That drives in 2 more, part of his 4 RBI night. And the Orioles go on for the 9-4 win, extending their season-high winning streak to 6 games. The Yankees have now dropped 3 straight after winning 7 in a row. Baltimore goes for the 3-game sweep on Sunday behind Mike Wright as he takes on Adam. The Diamondbacks and the Giants at AT&T Park. Quick start for the Snakes in this one, top 1. David Peralta with 2 on and 2 down. The ribby single off Ryan Vogelsong. Arizona has a 1-0 lead. Now 2-0 later in the inning. Vogelsong issues the 3rd of 3 straight walks. This one to Nick Ahmed. It brings in another run. Arizona with a 3-0 lead. Same score, top 4, 2 on, 2 down. Paul Goldschmidt on a 3-2 pitch. RBI single into left. Arizona looking good. They lead 4-0. On the hill for the Snakes, Alan Webster making his 2015 debut. Held the Giants hitless through 5 1/3. But now with 2 outs in the 6th, it's a 4-1 game before Buster Posey brings in another run with the ribby double. That makes it 4-2. Bottom 9, Brett Ziegler facing Brandon Crawford. What a stop at second base by Aaron Hill. The spectacular play on the short hop to retire Crawford. That is out number 2. And Ziegler would go on to record the save from there. Arizona picks up the 4-2 win, sending the Giants to a 3rd straight loss. Arizona goes for the 3-game sweep on Sunday behind Ruby De La Rosa as he faces Chris Heston, who makes his first start since his no-hitter against the Mets on Tuesday.
The Rangers taking on the Twins, picking up 3-2 Minnesota in the 3rd. 2 on, 1 out for Mitch Moreland, who goes to the opposite field off Mike Pelfrey. It's a double, a run scores. We're tied at 3. In the 4th, Texas takes the lead. 2 on, 1 out. Delino DeShields with a gap shot to left center. Another run comes in. 4-3 Rangers. Later in the inning, now 5-3, 2 on for Moreland, and he goes way back to right. A 3-run shot, number 8 on the year. The Rangers up 8-3. That would be it for Pelfrey. J.R. Graham in. No matter, though. Joey Gallo greets him with an absolute moon rocket to right. Way out of town, number 3 on the season. 9-3 Rangers. That would be plenty for Colby Lewis, pitching with an 11-3 lead. He goes 7 innings, allowing just 3 runs, picking up his 6th win of the year as the Rangers go on to win it by a final of 11-7. The game was delayed over an hour because of rain in the 7th inning. Also, on Saturday, the Twins announced that 21-year-old outfielder Byron Buxton, the #1 prospect according to MLB.com, has been called up to the big leagues. 2 teams complete their series on Sunday. Nick Martinez opposed by Phil Hughes. Tigers and Indians, Justin Verlander making his season debut for Detroit, coming back from a strained right tricep he suffered in spring training. Getting some help from his defense in the early going 1st inning, Michael Brantley skies one to center. Check out Anthony Goes. Great diving catch, full extension, able to hang on to it. Verlander certainly appreciates the effort. 2-0 Detroit in the 4th. The Indians get on the board. Carlos Santana, his 7th homer of the year. That trims the lead to 2-1. Now 3-2 in the 6th. Blaine Hardy on in relief with the man on. David Murphy with the gap shot to right center. It's a triple. A run scores. We're tied at 3. Now 4-3 Cleveland in the 8th. Al Albuquerque facing Yan Gomes with a man on. He comes through with a double. A run scores to make it 5-3 Cleveland. In the 9th, now 5-4, 2 on, 1 out. Cody Allen gets JD Martinez to hit into the double play. The Indians take it by a final of 5-4. Carlos Carrasco gets the win, allowing 3 runs in 5 2/3 innings. Verlander gets a no decision, allowing 2 runs in 5 innings. The 2 teams wrap up their series Sunday. Corey Kluber against Alfredo Simon. The Braves taking on the Mets. Freddie Freeman gets Atlanta on the board. A solo shot off Jacob deGrom. His 12th homer of the year, way out of town. Atlanta off and running with a 1-0 lead. It would stay that way all the way to the bottom of the 7th. 2 on, 1 out. Travis d'Arnaud with the base hit off Shelby Miller. 2-run score. The Mets jump in front 2-1. Now 3-1 in the ninth, 2 on, 1 out. Hansel Robles facing Jace Peterson, who grounds one to short. Should be a game-ending double play, but Wilmer Flores bobbles it. They only get 1 out. 2 batters later, now 3-2. Alex Torres gives up the base hit to Freddie Freeman, a run scores, and just like that, we're tied at 3, heading for extra innings. In the 11th, 2 on, 1 out, Carlos Torres facing Cameron Maben, who comes through with a 2-run single. The Braves go up 5-3. They're fired up. They go on to win it by that score in 11 innings. The Atlanta bullpen does the job, going 4 2/3 scoreless innings, capped by Williams Perez getting his first save. The two teams finish their series on Sunday. Mike Foltynewicz opposed by Dylan G.
The I-70 battle resumes at Busch Stadium Saturday between the Cardinals and the Royals. KC gets on the board first in the top of the second. Alex Gordon, the solo shot to right off Tyler Lyons. And the Royals have a 1-0 lead. But as we go bottom 3, game now tied at 1. 2 on and 2 down. Jason Hayward sneaks that one through. That's a tie-breaking ribby single off Jeremy Guthrie. And the Redbirds have a 2-1 lead. Let's go to the top of the 4th. KC has an answer off the bat of Salvador Perez. He keeps that one fair. That's a game-tying shot down the line off Lyons. And Sal makes this a 2-2 game. But let's go bottom 5 now. It is Guthrie who deals to Mark Reynolds all over that one. Reynolds sends it into the seats and left. A tie-breaking shot, 3-2 Cardinals. There would be a brief rain delay in the bottom of the 5th. But as we go top 9, Trevor Rosenthal finishes things off. He gets Mike Moustakas on the high heat to complete the 4-out save. And the Cardinals nip the Royals by a 3-2 score. It's their 3rd straight win. KC has dropped both games in the series after having won 4 straight. Redbirds go for the 3-game sweep on Sunday behind John Lackey as he squares off with Chris Young.
The Pirates taking on the Phillies, pick it up, game tied at 1 in the bottom of the 1st. A man on for Josh Harrison, who comes through with a base hit off Sean O'Sullivan. A run scores, 2-1 Pittsburgh. Now 3-1 in the 2nd, Andrew McCutcheon with the ground ball up the middle. Great dive and stop by Chase Utley. Everyone's safe though, a run scores, Pirates up 3-1. Now 4-2 in the 6th, Garrett Cole rolling along, strikes out Ryan Howard. 4-3 in the 8th, bases loaded, nobody out. Tony Watson now pitching. Michael Franco with the ground ball to 3rd. They get the out at the plate. Next batter up, Cody Ashley hits one right back to Watson. Nice athletic play, able to flip home and get the 2nd out of the inning. Would the Pirates get out of the bases loaded, no out jam? Next man up, Freddie Galvis grounds one to 2nd, and the Pirates get out of the inning unscathed. Watson is fired up. In the 9th, Mark Melanson strikes out Ben Revere to end the game as Pittsburgh wins their 3rd straight game, taking it by a final of 4-3. Garrett Cole goes 6 innings, allowing 1 earned run, and becomes the first pitcher in the majors to get his 10th win of the season. The Pirates go for the sweep on Sunday. A.J. Burnett opposed by Cole Hamels.
Nationals and Brewers mixing things up Saturday. Top 1, Jimmy Nelson facing Bryce Harper. Harper with the RBI single, 1-0 Nats. Harper would reach base in all 5 plate appearances, but left the game in the 9th after he was hit by a pitch on the knee. Now tied at 1, bottom 2, Joe Ross facing Scooter Gennett with a man at first base. Gennett into right center field. Gene Segura running hard and not slowing down. He scores from first on the ribby double, 2-1 Crew. But from there, all Nats. Top 3, man aboard for Yudel Escobar. That's a go-ahead 2-run shot. And the Nats back on top by a 3-2 tally. Same score top 5, man aboard for Wilson Ramos. A 2-run shot of his own. This one to right field. And the Nats up 5-2. It's now 7-2, bottom 7. Ross finding his groove. He gets Shane Peterson on strikes. And then a similar fate for Ryan Braun in the bottom of the 8th. Ross with his first career win following 8 innings of 2-run ball. Nats pick up the 7-2 victory, just their 4th in 12 games in the month of June. The 4-game series concludes on Sunday when Max Scherzer takes the hill. He will square off with Taylor Youngman.
Marlins and Rockies. Matt Latos activated from the DL, making his first start since May 21st. Looking good early in the 1st. Strikes out DJ LeMahieu. Down goes Corey Dickerson. Then getting help from his defense, Troy Tulowitzki. With the fly ball into foul territory, Giancarlo Stanton comes over and makes the nice sliding catch up against the stands. Bottom half of the inning, 2 on, 1 out. David Hale facing Stanton, and he does it at the plate. The deep drive to left center, it goes off the wall, 2-run score on the double. The Marlins take a 2-0 lead. Bottom 6, it's Stanton at it again. A man on, and he lifts one way out to left. Number 23 on the year. You don't have to lean for that one, Stanton. That one is way out of town. The Marlins go up 4-1. They go on to win it by that final. Matt Latos gets his second win of the year, going 7 strong innings, allowing just 1 run while striking out a season-high 11. Marcell Ozuna went 0 for 4, snapping his hitting streak at 13 games. Troy Tulowitzki went 1 for 4, extending his hitting streak to 12. The Marlins go for the sweep on Sunday. Dan Herron up against Jorge De La Rosa. The Rays taking on the White Sox, 1-0 Chicago, bottom of the first. A man on for Evan Longoria, who comes through with a base hit off Jeff Samardzija. 1 run scores. Longoria out, trying to stretch the play into a double, but the game is tied at 1. Game now tied at 2 in the fourth. 2 on, 2 outs. Chris Archer strikes out Gordon Beckham to get out of the inning unscathed. Then on the 5th, down goes Giovanni Soto. In the 7th, once again, Beckham goes down swinging. 3-2 Rays in the 8th. After Archer walks the leadoff batter, Brad Boxberger on. Connor Gillespie greets him with a 2-run shot, 3rd of the year. The White Sox out in front 4-3. Bottom half of the inning, back come the Rays. Steven Souza Jr. with a base hit off Zach Putnam. A run scores. We're knotted at 4. 2 batters later, 2 on, 2 outs. Jake Petrichka facing Jake Elmore, who hits one back up the middle. Alexei Ramirez can't make the play. Souza Jr. scores. The Rays go up 5-4. They go on to win it by that final, taking their 2nd straight over the White Sox. The Rays go for the sweep on Sunday. Nathan Carnes up against Chris Sale.
It's the Mariners and the Astros at Minute Maid Park, and Carlos Correa is already a rock star. But after getting blanked 10-0 on Friday, the M's exact some revenge in this one. Nelson Cruz, the ribby single top 1 off Colin McHugh, 1-0 Seattle. Next batter, Kyle Seager, high and deep to left center. Nice grab at the wall by Jake Marisnick, but plenty of distance to get home. Robinson Cano on the sac fly. M's have a 2-0 lead. 2 batters later, 2 men aboard for Logan Morrison. Start of a big day for him. 3-run shot caps a 5-run inning. It's 5-0 M's. Same score, top 3. Man aboard for Lobo. He does it again. His 2nd of the day, 3rd career multi-homer game. This one all Seattle on Saturday. All this in support of Mike Montgomery, who picks up his 1st career win with 6 innings of 1-run ball. The M's win at 8-1. The Astros suffer their 8th loss in 9 games. Rubber game of the series on Sunday. Rowenis Elias squares off with Lance McCullers.
The Blue Jays going for their 10th straight win, taking on the Red Sox. 3-0 Toronto in the 3rd. The Sox trying to come back. Rusney Castillo, the deep fly to right off R.A. Dickey. But check out Jose Bautista, lunging over the right field wall, able to rob Castillo of a home run. The Blue Jays add to their lead in the 4th. Jose Reyes with the base hit off Clay Buchholz. Kevin Pillar scores to make it 4-0. Reyes extends his hitting streak to 10 games. Back comes Boston in the 6th, now 4-3. David Ortiz with a monster home run to right, number 8 on the year. We're knotted at 4. It would stay that way all the way to the 11th until Russell Martin with a solo shot to left center off Matt Barnes. The Blue Jays go up 5-4. They're fired up. They should be. They go on to win it by that final in 11 innings for their 10th consecutive win. The Red Sox have now lost 5 straight. More bad news, Pablo Sandoval had to leave the game prior to the 7th inning with quad tightness. Toronto goes for the sweep on Sunday. Marco Estrada opposed by Eduardo Rodriguez.
A pitcher's duel Saturday between the Angels and the A's. C.J. Wilson facing Kendall Graveman. In the bottom of the first, though, Graveman taken deep by Albert Pujols. He might just catch Barry Bonds by the end of this season the way he's going. Angels up 1-0. Same score, top 5, it's Wilson. In his 2nd and 3rd, Jamal Jamlett, Sam Fold could not hold up. Top 6, Mark Canha is out number 2 of the frame. And then top 7, a 1st and 2nd, 1 out, Jam Stephenville rips it. Efren Navarro makes the grab, fires to 2nd for the inning-ending double play. What a grab by Navarro. Now we go bottom 7. Johnny Giamatella smashed to 3rd base. Brett Laurie flashing the leather at the hot corner. Great defense all around. Now we go top 9, Houston Street trying to shut the door. Facing Josh Reddick with the tying run at first base. Reddick sends it a mile high. The catch is made, and that is your ball game. The Angels pick up the 1-0 win, their 3rd straight. Oakland falls to a Major League worst 4-18 in 1-run games this season. The Halos go for the 3-game sweep on Sunday behind Matt Shoemaker. He'll be opposed by Sonny Gray. Pitchers duel at Petco between the Padres and Dodgers. Bottom one, Zach Greinke facing former Dodger Matt Kemp. The little chopper, Greinke throws errantly. Kemp is given the infield single and the RBI, taking second on the E1. Friars up 1-0. But speaking of guys hurting their former teams, Yasmani Grandal does it here to the Padres. Game time blast to right off Ian Kennedy, and we're even at 1 run apiece. It is still 1-1 top 7, and Kennedy is looking good. He gets Justin Turner for out number 1, and then to close down the frame on a 3-2 pitch, Grandal goes down even though he disagrees. Now we go bottom A, and Greinke wants that pitch back. He knew it right away. Justin Upton, a tie-breaking blast to left center. Padres up 2-1. That's where it stands top 9. Craig Kimbrell trying to slam the door, facing Howie Kendrick. And there's your ball game. Padres win it 2-1. It is just their 4th win in 11 games against the Dodgers this season. LA's winning streak is snapped at 4. Rubber game of the series on Sunday. James Shields for the Padres, Mike Bolsinger for the Dodgers. It was a long day at Wrigley Field between the Cubs and Reds, to say the least. The Cubs get on the board, bottom 2. Miguel Montero, a 2-run shot off Mike Leake. The Cubs have a 2-0 lead. Now 2-1, bottom 4. Runners on the corners for Starlin Castro. Sends it to short. Chris Bryant breaks for home. The throw is in time, or was it? Joe Madden says no. He challenges the out call. It's overturned. Bryant safe. It's 3-1 Cubs, and then it got wet, really wet. A 2-hour, 48-minute rain delay ensues. Back to action, top 6. Man aboard for Eugenio Suarez. There it goes, a game-tying shot off James Russell. We're even at 3. That's where it stands, bottom 9. Cubs have a threat for Castro. First and second, no one down, facing Tony Cingrani. Castro into center field. Chris Bryant rounds third. No replay review needed here. Bryant safe by a mile. And the Cubs earn a 4-3 win. It's their 7th walk-off win this season, while the Reds suffer their 5th walk-off defeat. The Cubs wrap up their 4-game series on Sunday night. John Lester takes the hill for Chicago, opposed by Anthony Disco.